today. From TIAA Bank Field in Jacksonville, Florida, it's Week 4 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's Week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So here's the first drive now for the Jags. They're led by the #1 overall pick of the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Lawrence will throw. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one. Force the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Edmonds running out of the shotgun. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw, Lawrence. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's going to get this down near the 25. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Now Lawrence to throw. And Ingram holds it in. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Connor trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Play action. It's Lawrence. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Now from back at the 9 after that last play, this is 3rd and goal. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Zay Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jags will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign. Took his game to a new level and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
And that's not a play that you see all that often at the start of a drive, but some teams, they don't mind doing it. And that one, well sold by the offensive lineman. They showed the pass, and then they got out into space, able to get some good blocks downfield and allow the play to be successful.
Second and 9 now. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked by Chad Muma. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They turn to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. And he powers his way up past the 30.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Well, he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
The fullback wide. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. In lieu of the sneak on 4th and inches, they just say, give it to the big man in the backfield.
Yeah, fullback no less. Not many of those left in the NFL, but for those that have one, perfect time to use them. Perfect time to get it done.
And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Devon Hamilton with the tackle.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Here's a give up the middle. And he's got some space here. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter. And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And some room to work. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 52 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. He was trying to clear the way, the big fullback. Instead, he gets a hold.
And you don't see that very often on running plays from those guys because usually they're the lead blocker. Normally, when he gets caught, it's in a passing situation.
Now a throw here to his running back. Touchdown! From 19 yards away. And the Steelers are back within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And maybe Shane's in the steel curtain here as the Steeler defense drops him behind the line again. This offense so far on third down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 14. Open man right side is Ingram. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. And back deep, Gunnar Olszewski. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the second quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with a run so far. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards, the final tally. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll get what he can up the middle. 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
The defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it, but a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Lawrence looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Edmonds. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job of establishing them with his running.
Yeah, he's established himself well. Now can they put more points up? 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Devon Hamilton in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Take it at the 37. So a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. They'll run on 1st down. Edmonds. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's out to the flat for Edmonds. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. This one complete to Christian Kirk, and he will be marked down short of the 1st as they get to him at the 29. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. Now the Steelers use the 1st of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. Now a field goal try coming up here for the Jags. From the left hash, this from 46. Boswell's kick is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this 1st half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Now the ball comes loose. But it looked like the Steelers were able to recover, and they will indeed hold on to the ball. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Extra point now by Boswell. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. And the Jags, Charles, I think they're on the dime here.
Covering a lot of field.
They'll look to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Lawrence. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Boswell good with the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. So we hit the halftime break here in Jacksonville with the Jags on top. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with the coach and our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as we say goodbye to September and take a look around the NFL here on this first day of October. We'll begin with a couple of cellar dwellers from a season ago. The Jets on the road at Cleveland. And it's the Browns who are out on top. Nick Chubb, over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And you can see they trail in that one as that game's gone to halftime. Jimmy Garoppolo with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, let's head up to the Twin Cities to check in on the Vikings at home in Minneapolis. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Raiders. 2 touchdown passes for Kirk Cousins there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This one fielded at the 5. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. And the Steeler offense ready to get going here in this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 87 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Warren. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
From the 6. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Hands it off out of the gun. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They'll try and run the option. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's right. And he'll be brought down at the 27. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And he is close to a 1st down as he's tackled at the Jaguars' 18-yard line. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Escaping the... And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chad Muma fighting all the way through and getting the sack.
Well, someone is certainly having a big game, and while that sack doesn't quite have the splash of his pick 6 from earlier, you know he's thrilled to be making big plays during a great individual effort today.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked by Chad Muma. And the Jags are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 16. They go play action with Lawrence. They'll go out to the flat for Edmonds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Pass over the middle tipped, but he still brings it in. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a run straight ahead with Edmonds. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Again, they run with Edmonds. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. Edmonds going to get the handoff here on the option. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll bring up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to go down again. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Now back to throw. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. The Steelers send out their punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On the handoff, it's Edmonds. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a give to Edmonds running to the right. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they run with Edmonds. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. He made his first attempt, this from 45. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a 1st down.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, and obviously he is well short of the 1st. He'll buy some time right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. Now a give to Edmonds. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run with Edmonds again. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 55 rushing yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the option left with Lawrence. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down. Now Edmonds. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Here's Edmonds. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Jags, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town.